Yo, yo. What up, what up? Good morning, GMG. Hey! Tuesday. Shoot. No, July. Oh my God, we're in July. Yep. July. Yeah, July. Holy shit, July 2nd, 2024. I don't want to be in 2025 because I'm not gonna have my. I'm gonna have to change my intro. Look, look at that. Another. You know what I love is Tyler's face every time I do the fourth thing. The guy's like cracking up.
I love it. I genuinely love it. Gets me out of bed every day.
I got my co-host in the house, Tyler, Mando. How you guys doing today?
Doing amazing, man. Really good day.
Oh, dude, you better be doing amazing after Portugal saved their asses.
Yeah, man. It was nearly like a national tragedy over here. Like I was in my house, and you could hear all the different houses. Like when each of the penalties like went in, like you could hear like the roar from everyone in like the local area. Even they take it properly seriously.
Yeah, I mean, we both made it through a string yesterday. I mean, say we both, but you're English, but you know, you kind of become like a Portuguese, like you've kind of become full Portuguese. So you know, did we lose Mando?
He's frozen.
Oh wait, he's proper frozen. Yeah, he's frozen though.
But there's a big match looming for Friday, right?
Yeah,
France,
Tyler. Portugal. Oh yeah, Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good. It's like vacation week here in the States. 4th of July, whenever it's midweek, it feels like everyone's kind of taking off. So things are quiet. We're feeling good. We got some good inflation data trickling out here this morning. Powell's talking. We'll get into it, but man, like the setup for Q4 looks really, really strong right now.
Q3.
So feeling even better.
Or for Q4 or for Q3?
Based on what he's saying, it seems like the cuts aren't coming immediately soon, but they're coming.
All right. Well, I guess I'm sure we're gonna get into that. Let me see. Do we have? I think we got Mando back. Oh no, we got a duck back.
You might have me back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but we only see your duck.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something wrong with my camera this time.
I think
my internet's fine. So
yeah, your internet's been okay. I think your duck is like really taking over here. We just see the duck.
Yeah. This is just weird. My camera even looks fine. Just one of these classic StreamYard that we're on here.
Oh fuck, we lost him again. Well, we're definitely having some technical difficulties here. Let's try again. Oh,
I'll just be the duck for a bit.
What if you remove the background?
I don't think it's that. I don't know.
I think if you try removing that background, we're gonna see you. Just give it a shot. Yeah, I think if you remove and re-add or something. Oh no, it's your camera. Yeah, you're right. It is a camera. Maybe
pull the battery. Pull the battery and reboot it. It might have overheated and locked up.
Well, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, today on the show, today market report as usual. Clearly, we got some data numbers, so we're gonna talk about that. The market. Listen, I'm seeing mixed feelings on the timeline. I'm seeing. Oh, there he is. There's the. Oh, but it's on the MacBook camera now.
My MacBook camera, yeah.
Whatever, that'll do. We see you right. Market report as usual. We're seeing a lot of mixed feelings on the timeline, but from what I see, all the bears turned bullish overnight. I mean, yesterday I saw a complete shift in attitude from everybody calling for 40K, suddenly calling for 80 plus. So I love to see it. Solana's doing great. So the boy is vibing. And then Tyler's top 100. I'm sure Tyler's got a ton of shit to go over with us today because the market seems to be heating and there seems to be a lot of stuff happening again. It's going to be a hot month. And then last but not least, we have the Rollbit spin. So two lucky winners who, if that are live. You have to retweet the Twitter Spaces, follow FOMO Hour, and follow Rollbit on X. You're going to be selected to come and win. You know, the punks are lower, so still a big chance to win punks. There's a ton of Miladies, and again, a ton of red guys. So there's a lot of chances to win a lot of good stuff. So we'll pick two people at the end of the show. And anyways, let's get right into it. We do have Mando's market report. Jink, do it. Oh yeah.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? You dig it?
Hello, everyone. So yeah, it's been I don't know, over the last 24 hours, it's been kind of unchanged. Solana's been slightly outperforming. ETH and Bitcoin is slightly lower. Like Farokh says, the timeline has felt a little bit more positive over the last 24 hours. I don't really know why that is. To me, it still feels like we're in the chop. I said that I thought Solana would outperform. It kind of has, but I still feels like we're here for a little bit of an extended chop. We had the biggest inflow into the Bitcoin ETF in over a month yesterday, which was positive. And you've seen some whale buying by people like Mr. 100 and a couple of other large accounts. But I still think with all this selling from the German government, the US government, and a few other pockets, it's tough for us to like rip, at least on Bitcoin. Solana broke its monthly revenue record actually this month. It actually annualized close to over $1 billion in revenue, which I thought was pretty wild. And actually starts to come close to ETH, the L1 at least, in terms of revenue there. So I think ETH is annualizing just shy of 2 billion. So really does tell you that, yeah, Solana's starting to see a lot of value there, at least if you're valuing it there. So I think people are getting more bullish on Solana. Obviously, you've had all these other integrations over the last week. I've seen a lot more posts about how important Blink could be, just as a network on top of X for various different things. So people are getting very, very bullish on that. And yeah, just a bit of stronger sentiment there. Pump.fun is doing more revenue than anyone again. They did $2 million of revenue yesterday. They're doing more volume revenue than ETH and Solana. So meme coin season seems to be, never count it out. There's always another thing coming. There's always another celebrity with a coin to release. Yeah, it still feels like the Pump.fun streets are alive and well. So Solana, seeing the majority of that action, obviously gets its own volumes pumped up. So definitely a strong period at least for that. And it's bounced a decent amount. Like if you look at ETH Sol and Sol Bitcoin, it's moved about 20% from those recent lows, at least like comparatively. So it's definitely been a big outperformance there. But yeah, other than that, it's been a relatively quiet 24 hours. Like it's decent day of inflows. You had some expectations again for the ETH ETF, but it's just very difficult to say what's going to happen there. And then in Europe, you had Circle get a license for USDC, which is quite a big deal. Tether hasn't even got one yet. This is, if you actually read into this, they're being pretty aggressive against stablecoins in Europe. It is a new set of regulation, but it's very, very restrictive. So you have to, the stablecoin, for it actually to be usable in Europe, you have to have less than $200 million of transactions per day. And Circle and Tether breach that by factors. So I don't know how Circle's managed to get this license, but Mika is very restrictive in many different ways, particularly against self-custody wallets or self-custody transactions, and also against these different stablecoins. They've been very, very aggressive against any dollar stablecoin. So to Circle get this, it's pretty impressive. I don't know if Tether will even get one. Like that's how wild this could be for the use of Tether in the EU. They didn't get one on the announcement of this Mika. This has come 24 hours afterwards. So, and I don't know how they've done it, but basically Mika says that if your dollar stablecoin trades more than $200 million, it's a threat to the euro.
To the euro.
And
you're interesting.
So we're going to see a rise of a lot of smaller different coins, in my opinion, and the use of Tether in Europe could be very, very limited. Very limited.
Do you think it's because they included the EURC as a part of this?
Well, that's part of it. Like they're trying to encourage the use of euro-based stablecoins. But again, even those euro-based stablecoins, there are limits on them. One thing I would say about Mika, it is broad, and they have actually brought in regulation way before the US. Right? This is the sort of regulation that people have been asking for in the US, but it's very restrictive. It's very restrictive and also slightly nonsensical, as is often the case in the EU. Like it's one step forward, two steps back, maybe three steps back at certain stages. Like you just don't really know why they've done what you've done. Like to even do a transaction over, I think, €1,000 in a self-custody wallet, you might have to self-report it separately. Like you're not able to make transfers to non-identified wallets or receive money from them. Does that make sense? So like you can't just, you need to be labeling everything and they need to be signed. So it's very, very restrictive for DeFi, or, you know, if you've got like 100 wallets, it's difficult. And yeah, they're really cracking down on it. So what will be interesting to see is how this actually gets enacted. EU's great at writing regulation. It's not that great at like following up with what the hell's going on, particularly at like the local level. Like I don't know if you're living in Portugal or you're living in Greece, or are they really following up on this to the extent that they need to be? But it is quite a broad and restrictive policy for institutional players who want to be big. I don't know how it will really, if it will really affect the day-to-day user, or at least it will be followed by the day-to-day user, but it'll definitely be followed by some of the big institutions. And Circle may be one of the only people to get a stablecoin license here.
Wow. I mean, it's still really big news, right? It's I saw that yesterday and was like, wow. I read Jeremy Allaire's tweet. I think he's the CEO.
Yeah.
Didn't we hear him speak in Davos earlier this year?
Yeah.
Mando, remember when we walked in? He was
Yeah.
there. This man's cooking, bro. Circle is
He
cool.
made some sacrifices in Davos and then got the license.
Yeah. He was out there. Dude, I mean, you were asking how. That's why I'm bringing it up. Like you were saying, how did he get it? He was in Davos. So we weren't invited to the sacrificial parties. We were stuck in Bad Ragaz.
What a night.
but the sacrificial Mando, Loxley, and our friend, like just in the 6,000 person fucking village, 45 minutes out of Davos, sending it.
The Vegas of Switzerland, we decided.
Regaz, the Vegas of Switzerland. Meanwhile, the sacrificial parties are going down, and Circle gets the fucking Mika. I mean, let's go. Let's go. I know we're not talking about your favorite influencer, Mika. We're talking about Mika, the MICA, okay? But anyways, look, the market looks good. I mean, I'm not going to ask you how you feel, Mando, because I knew you feel very bullish. Right?
I'm always bullish, man. I'm always bullish. You've seen inflation start to come down. I think it's going to be difficult to rally aggressively with this Bitcoin out there. But I also think it's difficult to work out because you just don't know who's known about this for how long. So maybe we've already reacted to it and maybe we have a bit more bounce. I'm bullish on Solana right now, like more bullish than I have been for a while. Like I think it can continue to deliver new things, and it bounced quite nicely from that level of support. And I personally think it can kind of be on its own plane for a little bit. So if I was to own one of the majors, it would be Solana right now. ETH, I would buy it on any dip from the ETH ETF because I do think they'll see inflows. I think they'll see probably in the low single digits this year, which I think would be a good buying opportunity anyway. But yeah, Bitcoin feels like dominance might drift slightly lower. I don't know. Yeah,
I guess we'll see where that goes. I mean, speaking of macro, Tyler, well, earlier when Mando was kind of rugged, we said we got an inflation number. Was it this morning?
I think I saw on Mando's page that like the Trueflation numbers showed, I want to say like 1.8% year over year for the US. I think Europe maybe was a touch higher. And then Powell started speaking this morning. Walter Bloomberg, Delta One on X, has kind of been live tweeting it. So he got off to a strong start. Got my opium through the roof, and then he came back a little bit. But he opened up by saying labor market's still strong. Disinflation trend is showing signs of resuming. So inflation going down, saying they made quite a bit of progress, but he needs to be more confident before reducing any policy rates. He is aware of the risk going too soon and too late, which also got the hopes back up. But then now he's saying inflation may get back to 2% late next year or the following year. I don't know. That felt a little far off to me, so that one's throwing me off a bit. But it seems like they want more evidence of falling inflation before any rate cuts. To me, it's like reading the tea leaves. They're not coming in the next few months, but I still think November, where a lot of folks have the target, perhaps pre-election. It feels very live, and I haven't seen the live markets here this morning to see how they've moved, but I mean it's positive signs, and into the election cycle feels like a good setup.
We had EU inflation today, which came in slightly below expectations, which is good, and that truflation figure comes out every day actually, but it's low. Basically, what we're showing is that inflation's come down a lot. So
it kind of lines up to me, like with what I see, like when I go, like, yes, prices are much higher than they were last. I feel like they're not continuing to spike. It's like I feel like we've kind of hit like a new steady state to a degree. At least anecdotally, that's how I feel.
There was a good piece actually in the Wall Street Journal, or maybe it was one of these financial publications, which was actually talking about how, yes, there's been massive increase in consumer price inflation over the last 3 years, let's say, but actually wage inflation has kept up almost completely. So wage inflation is at 21% over that period, and consumer price inflation is around 20%. Wage inflation is actually slightly higher. Now, that's not for all jobs, whatever, but it is interesting to see that wages have actually kept up with prices. But what people do, they naturally discount their wage. They think their wages have gone up because they're better, and they think that prices have gone up unfairly. So they never really do that math. But yeah, apparently they've kind of matched.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'll see where that goes, but we're still looking not that bad. We're just hanging there, chilling until they finally get that shit done. Anyways, Tyler, what do you got for us today? I feel like there's a lot to talk. Obviously, a lot of polka dot stuff going on. I know, Mando, you sent that in the chat, so I'm assuming that's in the top 100 today.
I'm a polka dot influencer. That's what I've decided.
Bro, 300K a month? Sign me the fuck up.
Let's get into polka dot here before I dive in.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about this polka dot stuff first. Then shoot the jingle. Then let's talk about what's going on, because that's all over a timeline. I mean, so what's going on? It's 37. What happened? Something leaked?
So
it's actually they released these figures, right?
They released these. I guess it's like their budget figures. I don't know exactly how they released it. Defi Ignis has gone viral for sharing the information, but they've spent $37 million in outreach during the first half of 2024. $10 million on ads and sponsorships, $4.4 million on influencers, $4 million on digital ads. They go through it and get into more detail on some of these. But I think the big takeaway is, for most, at least for me, I have not seen polka dot on my timeline at all this year, and I'm addicted to this app. I spend 12 hours a day on this app. I see no polka dot coverage. So like, where is this money being spent? Like, it's not in this sector of crypto Twitter that I'm in, at least. I'm curious if you guys see it.
I sent the actual.
Oh my god! What?
And it gives all the information about what was. I think the influencers, the maybe MA1, or there's one called like .army I was looking at, and I didn't know like one person on it, but yeah, they have all this data.
There it is. .army.
So we see who's in the .army.
Yeah, this is it, right?
I just don't know these people. It's not like I'm sitting here going like, oh, what? He's a grifter. It's like, oh, okay, like I guess that person's known.
Let's click on like a random one.
I don't recognize a single name on that list.
12,000 followers.
Yeah, this is the thing about crypto. Like, I know this from my DMs. The amount of people that are on here with just like 50,000 followers, and you're just like, what? Like, who are you?
Anti-communist, Christ follower, and a crypto miner. That's what he is.
Yeah, that's 300 grand.
300. Brother. Yeah. Polka dot. If you guys want to sponsor the show for $300,000 a month, I mean, you got all three of us in one shot.
We should change the show title. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
What .army or .hour?
Yeah, like. Yeah,
what's going on polka dot today, guys? You know, we're about to bounce back. I can feel it.
The dot hour, right? I mean, what does the Polkadot chart even look like? Like, what's Polkadot? I haven't.
You know who
Last
has
cycle. What?
You know who has been
What?
paid? Capo is
Dude.
being paid.
I saw that.
We should
So
we should his tweets to see where it's doing.
Let's see. I mean, let's go here and let's go crypto cap. What's his username? Crypto cap _ and you go Polkadot. And then okay. So he made $4 million apparently.
Well, we don't know. I doubt it. I doubt he was
There it is. There's the post. But at least he disclosed it. So there you go.
Yeah.
So he didn't do shit wrong. I mean, he got paid. Actually, he's a fucking genius. He probably got $1 million for that post because Capo puts like Elon Musk numbers on the scoreboard. So if anything, he's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, this motherfucker is worth the money. Hold on, let's see. So he posts this. Dude, this is wild.
I mean, in their defense, I mean, it spiked in Q1. Like that's where they were spending their money. Like it doubled. It doubled in market cap.
I remember
it's still a 9 billion token. Like, guys, this is still like a top. Must be a top 20 token, right? Like
it's top 4. It's 14. I'm seeing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. So you see that if you go onto CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, Polkadot have this special fiery icon. Have you seen this?
Oh yes,
like
$500,000,
$50,000.
$500,000, guys. I saw that. Polkadot paid.
Was it $500,000? Oh wow, wow!
Polkadot paid CoinMarketCap $500,000 to put an animated logo on the homepage. Look at that
animation.
I mean, hey, if is our head of partnerships listening? No, they're not. Bernie, you're listening to the show right now. You're in charge of the FOMO Hour partnerships. Get to work. The fuck? Bernie's not getting us $500,000 sponsorships for like an animated logo on a show.
Well, I think the thing is, people are getting annoyed. Obviously, this is an overspend. But the other thing is that they've only got 2 years of runway at this spend, right? So they're burning through all of their DOT treasury on this stuff.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Like they've spent all this money, and they've only got 2 years of runway. So it's crazy, like how much money. I mean, crypto is like this. They're like people make money out of nothing, and then they spend it like it's going out of fashion. Like it's just crazy. Some of the marketing spent of this stuff.
Some of the spend here makes sense, right? Like I actually know some of the companies being like there's one for Defiant, Chainwire, this stuff. Like, oh look, there's a Decrypt here. Decrypt an article. Look at that. It's one of the invoices.
Was it sponsored?
2020. That's from. Interesting.
Let's call you up. Hey, let's do a refresh on this one.
What?
Let's do a refresh on this article.
Dude, let's go. Dude, fuck.
Oh, man.
Pay to play is the name of. But that's. I mean, the media model is broken, right? Because the media model is that's why media's going to fucking zero, right? Because it's all pay to play and sponsorships, and everybody needs like a Polkadot to come in, and that's why this shit is broken, right? Because without the Polkadots spending all their money like that, then most media companies can't sustain themselves, right? But tokenization fixes this. But that just but the problem in crypto is that a lot of these companies raise a ton of money. We've seen it in NFTs too, right? And they just have no understanding of how to spend money. And how many companies have we seen, Mando, burn through their treasuries and just spend a fuckload of money on nothing, right? So I think that's what it's pointing out. Less that, yes, everybody does the same thing, but more of that, it's just going to like a bunch of absurd places. But $37 million on marketing, that's impressive. That is impressive. I have to say.
There's nothing going on Polkadot, right? Well, I don't know, but I don't think there's anything I've heard of for a year. So they have parachains. That being like it's a new thing, but then they all raised at ridiculous levels and they all basically failed.
You know what's interesting? So when I first entered crypto more seriously in late 2020, early 2021, Polkadot was one of my first purchases after Bitcoin and ETH. Because I saw the parachain information. It was on my timeline, organically. A decent amount. Okay, I'll dabble in this. The thesis makes sense. I didn't hold super long, but I think my point is I feel organically on the timeline.
Love this.
Now it's dropped off.
That is the best GM tweet they could have posted, though.
Yes.
Like that.
Whoever you have to get in front of the phone.
I have to say that is the best post they could have made this morning. So whoever's the intern there, you have the chance to become a fucking legend right now, because that is arguably some of the best replies I've seen. I mean, let's see how some of the no pressure.
Polka, we love you. Yes.
Yeah, let's go. Full send it. I mean, we'll help you. But you're right. Like back when I got into crypto too, Tyler, like everyone's like Polka. It's future. It's the next Ethereum. It's next Ethereum. I didn't hear people say it's the next Ethereum. And then like I never saw anything actually like come out of it. But hey, listen, it is what it is. You know, they hey, listen, they can spend the money how they want it. You know, whether it works or not. You know, it'll just cost them at the end of the day, right? If they want to overpay people, then let them overpay people. It's not the first. You guys would be surprised how many companies that you all probably know, you know, have overspent and, you know, spent money on stupid shit in this industry. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. But Tyler, let's get to your top 100. What do you got for us today?
Yeah, we'll go top 8 today. So first, we covered it already, but Circle, they landed the first license under the MiCA framework to launch USDC and EURC in Europe. That was the big headline. We've got Coinbase Prime. They won a contract to manage and facilitate the U.S. Marshals crypto storage and liquidation, aiming to streamline management processes tied to the government forfeiture programs. This is interesting and ironic given that the SEC is in an active lawsuit with Coinbase at the same time here. We've got Vitalik. He spoke up saying prediction markets and community notes are, and I'm quoting here, the two flagship social epistemic technologies of the 2020s. So big endorsement there from Vitalik. Jupiter, they're launching an updated roadmap, including 2 token launches and 3 votes coming this summer. So a big couple of months coming up for Jupiter. MarginFi, a little bit of a surprise twist here. They shared plans for this margin swap, allowing traders to go long or short meme coins with leverage. I don't know that we've seen that yet. Over in Blast, TVL has fallen by about $1 billion while everyone awaits season 2 incentives and whether or not they are coming this week. They did not come yesterday. In NFT land, Pudgy Penguins soaring to 12.6 ETH overnight, leading a green NFT board. You love to see it. In meme coins, it was Billy Day. The cute dog soared 100% to $120 million market cap and a fresh new all-time high. We saw Bowden, a surprising rally, 30% after Biden's odds of dropping out have fallen back to 34% on Polymarket. And then Giga was the other story here. Briefly surged 380 from Mike Hearn tweet, falling back to 60 million. But there is a wick that people say now is filled. So that's the quick rundown there.
It's always good when a meme coin has a wick to fill. Like, I feel like that's part of the concept. It's part of the narrative. Like, you got to have a wick to fill, or else you may never like get to it. I mean, let's talk about this for a second. I'm trying to get my deck screener loading. This Billy token, dude, I completely missed it because that's exactly when I was in south of France. I mean, that thing is going. Is Base 16Z like the face of that or something? Like, I see him tweeting about it. Is he kind of like the messiah for it?
I think he's the biggest one. Sims reminded me. I forgot that there was a community takeover. Maybe last week, a couple weeks ago. I think Mean Dynasty is plugged in on it. You know, I actually disclosure. I did buy into this yesterday. I was taking a look at the charts. Like, oh, this thing looks like it's gonna run. So I did pile into this a bit yesterday. It feels like this market kind of wants to go back to its roots in quotes, roots being like cat and dog coins, and like these cute simple animals are the ones that, like, the simpler memes seem to be the ones outperforming right now compared to like the sled meta, which feels like it has, you know, lost a bit of steam, even though we saw Hero go nuts just yesterday. I don't know. Billy chart looks good.
Yeah, that is.
It all spiraled off of that Binance reply, didn't it? That's how it originally kind of kicked off.
Crazy.
Yeah, like they replied to it, and then it all came off. A16
was that the first day? I mean, yeah,
it ran to 50 million like in a day. Hours or some shit, and then
it was day one.
I woke up, and it's just gone parabolic. But yeah, I think the big CTO Takeovers absolutely pushed this to new heights. They're doing unbelievable shit.
This CTO shit.
It's become a joke, but like I forgot, like Whiff is the CTO. Like I think just about every token, almost every token is a CTO.
So what's the CTO story?
What do you mean?
It's when the dev fucking bails and you just leave.
Community takeover. It's true. Yeah. I love that. I mean, I know a good coin. Well, maybe Mando, you should just abandon the duck.
Yeah.
And fuck it. I mean, it's doing really good with you. I mean, incredible. But maybe you just like abandon it and just let the QE take over, and it'll just rip to like $100 million.
Maybe it does rip if I do that. Who knows?
It's looking good.
We saw the stats praise this morning. Good friend of the show, previously
Yeah.
NFT Stats, saying he liked the duck converter. I mean, it's a sharp idea. For sure.
That is genius. That was genius. The idea to like, I thought that was genius because I'm the type of guy that has a ton of dust all over my coins. I think when it came out, Mando texted, was like, this is probably really good for you. Because I'm the type of guy that has bought so much trash that has probably got a zero and I just let it go. That if you accumulate, maybe it's like $1,000, maybe $2,000, maybe $4,000. You may as well put it to something that you believe in. So this whole dust and duck thing is genius.
Yeah, people have been asking if we could do it like cross chain and now like into NFTs and all this sort of shit. I don't know, like
Bando's gonna have people burning punks for big duck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
We could maybe do it. I think cross chain is difficult because one thing that's good about Solana is that you don't really get scam coins in the same way that you do with or NFTs in the same way that you do on ETH. Like if you sell a Solana coin, it doesn't like it's very, very difficult for you to have issues. Whereas on ETH, you can have honeypots, you can have other sort of interactions which can cause issues. So like this works really well on Solana. It doesn't necessarily work that well on ETH.
Yeah, it's easier on this is definitely something that works much better on Solana. Man, Solana is really just looking so good. You absolutely love to see it. So I saw Ansem actually tweet yesterday, like, what's the time on Fire Dancer? And I didn't see anybody give him an actual reply.
It'll be next year, I think. It'll be next year, I think.
Oh, it's next year.
People have been saying it's going to be now, early next year. But again, you don't know. Like people have said that maybe they're like sandbagging it and actually it'll come out at breakpoint.
Oh, that's soon though. That's in September after Token 2049.
Right, exactly. Which is that's when they kind of announced it last year, and a lot of things get announced at breakpoint, right? Like it's a big announcement.
No, Solana people always wait for breakpoint, like the big devs.
So
breakpoint.
I think
so.
so.
There's a chance. Like
I mean, guys, remember the last big Solana conference is when there was back-to-back news for Solana a few months ago, right? Well, it was another breakpoint, right? It was in Lisbon.
They always, I mean, it's normally in Lisbon.
Yeah. It's always the one. Yeah, too bad I can't stay for that one. I would have loved to. Is it? It's right after Token 2049, no?
I don't know the exact end. Let me have a look. It's in Singapore this year.
No, that's it. That's it. So it's 2021. So Token 2049 is 17, 18, 19. And then it's Solana Breakpoint 2021 at the same time as the F1, which is wild. It's actually very you have to have a lot of courage to throw a conference at the same time as F1 in Singapore. It's like on the same weekend. We actually have an event there on the 18th, I think. It's gonna be fire. But yeah,
we haven't been asked to speak. Why have we not been asked to speak?
For what? Token 2049? Because I think it's a lot of pay to play. I tried to get on stage in Dubai. It didn't work pretty well for me. But anyways, we'll get big. Listen, at some point, we'll get there. We'll get so big that they won't be able to ignore us, and they'll get us up on stage. Speaking of getting big, because that's right down our alleyway, Tyler. One thing that I particularly loved in your topic is Vitalik's tweets. I mean, let's dive into that.
Yeah, he likes the prediction markets. So he tweeted out this morning. I'll just read it. Prediction markets community notes becoming two flagship social epistemic technologies, both truth-seeking and democratic, built around public participation rather than the elites. I think we've noted what Vitalik is an investor in poly market, so we have to take that with a bit of a grain of salt. I think this is coming on the back of folks have been kind of bull posting the poly market charts. I think they're up to like $200 million in volume on the year. It's going up and to the right now. And I've got a couple thoughts. In general, I like prediction markets quite a bit. I do think people are perhaps getting a little over their skis on some of these volume metrics right now. It's like if you look at it, like 95% of the money are on election bets. So like when the elections are gone, the numbers are going to come back down to earth to a degree. But like the bull case is it's more folks starting to get familiar with using markets like this, and perhaps we'll see more everyday things. But I was just scanning the top 20 bets on Polymarket by liquidity, and like they're almost all election odds.
Yeah,
the
election is like it's as big. It's one of the biggest events in multiple years for these. It's like the Super Bowl times 10. Like it's huge for these betting companies
because you can't bet it on anywhere else, right? I think that's the.
I mean, you got the euro in there, but that's it.
You can bet on politics events on like gambling sites for certain, but
the U.S. is very hard. I mean, it's illegal in the U.S., so you have to have to have like the national books.
Yeah, good place for it.
I mean, there you could take a day trip to Mexico, or Canada. In my case, So I mean, I don't even mean to make a big trip. That's the only good thing about Canada. Gambling is not taxed, and prediction markets are legal. I mean,
there's a few more good things. We like our neighbors to the north. I think this is a really interesting combo is like blinks and prediction markets. So like if there are debates or like news events trending on Twitter, the ability to bet on them live, like from X, like that's an interesting.
Well, there is one. Mando, you sent this to me yesterday, right?
Yes, yeah. Hedgehog. You can do it on Hedgehog. The volumes on Hedgehog are small. Like if you go to Hedgehog markets there, like you'll see the volume here versus versus Polymarket.
Look at that. See the pop-up?
Well, that's true. So you can go forward.
It's true. I am not in the USA. I'm not lying on the record.
Market there.
It's all politics.
Right, but they're not big. Right? You see what I see? Like they're nowhere
I see what you mean.
Size of Polymarket.
Mm-hmm. I see. Will Mert move out of Canada by the end of 2024?
Yeah, so they do more niche bets on Solana. Like there's one which is like, will Jakey actually meet Jenner?
Yeah, it's right there. No, I see. I like it. Listen, we're big fans of prediction markets because I mean this is literally where we're headed with what we have coming up. But I think it's going to be really like the next meta or narrative. It's a great thing. I think Polymarkets is really like deserves a lot of flowers for what they've built, though. Of course, we'll see how it survives and sustains itself after the elections. Like you guys are right, but as users of crypto, we love betting on things. As a matter of fact, like I was at a friend's birthday, which is like normie. I was the only person in crypto there, and I showed the guy. He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, this is what we're doing. That's what we're building." He's like, interested, and then I showed him Polymarkets, and he actually loved it because they love gambling. Like I love betting. I bet on every Euro World Cup, UFC. I love gambling. I've always done it since I'm 18 years old. Always been doing it. But like it makes sense to bet on predictions. Like, oh, will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kiss in front of the camera at the Super Bowl? Like that was one of the bets like you could put, right? So for me, like if it could be micronation, this basically, will Fred guy call Andrew Tate daddy today on the fucking podcast? You know what I mean? Like yes. Like obviously there's not going to be a lot of volume on that. And by the way, that's a yes. But or it could be also a little not that niche. But I think that there's definitely like a huge market for it if you manage to market it to like outside. Let's not forget the two first dApps on Ethereum were prediction markets, right? Augur, and I forgot the other one. But if you study Ethereum, the first thing that was built on Ethereum was a prediction market. Literally. Literally, it's called Augur, AUGUR. And the reason why a lot of prediction markets have failed in the past is not just the politics thing, is the fact that they don't have distribution. And that's always the toughest thing, is how do you distribute these odds events to the outside? How do you manage to get more people involved to take a stake? But for us, like it all ties back to like, to reputation and data and advertising. So anyways, it's going to be interesting. I
think mainstream people like it, right? Like it's very easy to understand. And I think if you get the onboarding part down, like I think people like we're in crypto. I think we perhaps we're around whales. Like we see people throwing around size. People like to bet $5 on bets just to have a fun sweat. Right. And if you can get to the point where that's doable without a huge amount of hurdles to get money into the market, like it's got the chance to go big.
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, we're working on it. Just give me a little bit. And I'm sure a lot of other people. I'm super bullish on Shane Copeland, the people over at Poly Market. Like, I think the more people work, it was Gnosis. There you go. Thank you, Brick. Gnosis originally was prediction markets, right? So it was aggregate Gnosis, literally. And so if you study Ethereum, like, you'll see that this is what originally came out. So I'm not surprised that Vitalik is bullish on that. I know Joe Lubin loves it. And I think that it's also the closest you can get to the truth when it comes to media. I really very much like relate to what Vitalik says in that sense. Like, when we were talking about this, Josh Quittner was the founder of Decrypt, and he's an OG journalist, 60 years old. He was like, that's the closest you get to the truth when it comes to media. And I actually agree with that. And I think that by letting the people stake the reputation on chain and their beliefs, then you also get to see more transparency overall. So big fan of that. Anyways, the other thing is, what's up with Blast? People are posting videos of Pacman dancing and just being goofy. To me, I'm like, well, we've all done goofy dances online. I don't see anything wrong with the guy. Let him fucking live. But what's the latest on Blast right now?
I saw the video. It seemed a little out of character, which is what I've only seen Pacman like super serious. So it's like, that's why it did throw me off a little bit. I just checked in on the numbers yesterday. I was curious how things are going, because like my anecdotal read is it feels like the ecosystem has slowed down substantially since airdrop day, and there's not a whole lot of chatter. It doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot going on. I looked at the TVL. TVL is down about $1 billion from peak. It's sitting around 1.97 billion, so still a huge number. And half of that actually moved out before the airdrop, so it's only down about 450 million or so since the airdrop. Transactions are down about 40 to 50%. So that is backing up a little bit of my anecdotal read. We have seen some apps start to turn it back on though. So Fantasy Top, their tactics are live again. So they launched multiple different tactic tournaments yesterday, which are live now. But it seems like everyone's kind of in wait and see mode. Everyone's waiting to see what season 2 incentives are going to be, assuming that Pacman has this plan, which they have alluded to, I think, to a degree. The wild card is if they're going to turn it over to the Token Council and this Progress Council, the two new groups who are kind of starting to lead things a bit in a decentralized fashion, which is a bit different than I think part of the investment thesis in Blast. I think a lot of people were betting on Pacman and not necessarily on like a decentralized governance body. So it's going to be very interesting to see how communication, comms, like decisions come between Blast leadership and these councils. It's going to be something I'm watching closely.
I haven't cleared my shit yet. What do you think, Mando?
Can I ask about the TVL stuff? So yeah, I saw that it's down like 38%, looks like. But
wow,
people would have had to go through Orbit, or is that like, because it was 14 days that you had from the airdrop, right? So have we not seen actually the outflows yet of TVL, or when does it show that it's out when it goes to the bridge? I didn't know if anyone had broken that down.
I don't know the answer to that. I know there are enough bridges that you can get out.
Yeah,
in a single day. And I've actually seen now more chatter that there are cheaper ones than Orbiter.
Okay.
So you can get cheaper than the 2% fee. So if the bridges are out there, I'm sure folks have found them. I have to imagine there's some on the 14-day bridge as well. Yeah, I don't know if that's reflected.
Wait, so I have not claimed shit. Am I fucked?
No, I mean the token's doing okay. I think is it 2.14 billion.
I'm gonna have a word with you right now, bro, because you don't claim anything ever,
bro.
It's like so frustrating to be with you because you miss every fucking deadline, and you even know there's a deadline, but you're like, I'll turn up an hour late, and because I'm Farokh, I'll get in. No, right? You know when the deadlines are. Everyone else does it. Just claim the shit. It's literally. I've never seen you claim an airdrop on time.
I'm dead.
Ouch.
Dude, I have to have a word. It's been 2.5 years of you knowingly. It's not like the way that you say it as well is so hilarious, because like somebody will chase up with you and you'll be like, oh yeah, I knew I had to claim it, but nah, I just decided not to. Like you'll be in front of your computer and there's something mentally that stops you. You
want to know the craziest thing? Yeah. Tyler personally sent me the official links
Yeah.
to Zero and ZK to make sure I don't get scammed. Because when I was in the
don't
beast,
tell
I
me
was
you
all
didn't do
fucked
it.
up, and I was all fucked up, and I want to get scammed, right? I'm like, Tyler, can you please send me the safe links? Because if anyone knows, like Tyler's on top of everything.
Yeah.
But my problem is, why does ZK and ZRO don't do delegate? I'm sorry, I'm not claiming something with my fault.
Right.
I find that stupid. And what I liked is Brian Pellegrino answered on time. I was like, okay, we can add it, but like, why don't you fucking add? I'm not claiming with my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was that. Not to make an excuse. Now the blast thing, I heard that you have to go through a million loopholes.
I don't want to hear an excuse. Like this is every protocol that we've ever been on, man.
You know what?
There's something in your brain which is like,
it's true. It's true, actually.
I'm just gonna chill.
Mando and I are like I feel like I'm married to Mando. Like this motherfucker knows me too well. Like literally knows me too well. Like there was one day I stole the token, right? And token pump. And then he calls me. And he goes, "You're not your usual self in group chats. You must have sold it all, didn't you?" And I was like,
I know it.
Son of a bitch. they just motherfucker just know.
How much have you not claimed from Pudgy Penguin, for example?
Oh my god. Like $50,000 worth.
Oh no, you got to claim those because some of those like they're going down pretty fast.
I remember
if they said that they had a $10,000 airdrop right now, I bet you, I just know that he'd miss it because he just it's a mental block.
And it's not like I'm loaded in cash. Like it would help me. I just don't do it. It's true. I have a mental hurdle. Like I don't like the act of taking my ledger out and plugging it in.
It is, isn't it?
Like I hate plugging my ledger. It's like for me, it's a dreadful event. Like I just don't, because also then I'm tempted to move my coins around. You know what I mean? So we know what happened last time I took my ledger, right? I fucking sold the bottom of whiff. Thankfully, I bought it back.
You get a separate ledger, I think, for your NFTs and for your.
I was gonna say that you need a separate one.
Yeah, I think we just separate.
I feel like you can fuck around with your NFTs. Like it's normally NFT airdrops, or if
NFTs are worthless anyways, right?
Yeah.
Not the good ones.
Not the good ones. I mean, I got my pumpkin shit and I got X-Copy and a few things, but you guys you're right. Okay, I need to be better with claiming shit. Yeah, you know what it is? Maybe when that's why I always in school, I was always the guy that giving my homework late or like the day of. I hate deadlines. Yeah. Like, why is there a deadline? Like, you know, Zeke has a 5-month deadline. I'm probably gonna claim it in 5 months.
You're probably gonna miss it.
No, I know. I'm already worried for that because like we both know.
Okay. The second I'm back in Montreal, maybe it's because I'm not in my natural habitat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm in Switzerland. As when I'm back, I'm actually in the home of Ethereum in Zug, where the Ethereum Foundation was born. And Solana Foundation's here. Apparently, the president of Solana lives here. Anyways, when I'm back home on Thursday, this weekend, I promise by when the show starts on Monday morning, I'll have claimed everything.
Done.
And if I didn't, yeah. But you know what? Yeah, exactly, Jello Bites. At least I don't fuck around with my company. When it comes to my business, I stand on it. We stand on business, right? But when it comes to claiming other shit, it's true.
I think that's what it is. It's just you've got a hardware wallet, you just don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to work out how to fix that.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what hardware wallets are made for?
Yeah. I think if you put your coins in a different vault, I think that probably helps you.
I promise everybody here that when our foundation decides to release what we're releasing next, we'll make sure you have delegate on it, okay? I'm not going to do this to you guys. I promise y'all, okay? Especially rug holders. I got y'all. Anyways, should we get a robot?
Let's do robot.
Let's go to robot. I feel attacked, but it's so right. Mom and dad, stop.
I'm just telling you, like tens of thousands of dollars just walking out the door every single time.
I must have at least missed $100,000 plus over
easily,
the last 2
years.
Easily. And right now my blast is like 10,000 gold. My ZK's zero's up. Like I have at least
puppets, right? Like there was something.
No,
the thing about the puppets airdrops is they were all valuable for like the first day and trended to zero pretty rapidly. So you had
I also hold to. Yeah, I had $250,000 airdrop. We held it all. And then motherfuckers say I sell my stuff. I don't fucking sell shit, bro. I'm a fucking
The
idiot.
guy hasn't even claimed it, dude.
Yo, even Wizard of Soho said Farokh is a great buyer. He's the worst seller.
Yeah, you
Like,
buy
I'm
low,
really
sell
good at buying low. I'm horrible at selling. All right, let's begin the draw. And we have meet. Oh shit, that's a tough username here. Hold on. Tech Birulk. Sounds like you're playing tonight because Romania and Turkey are playing tonight. Sounds like, you know.
Yeah.
Where is the prediction market for Farokh claiming by Monday? Well, when our shit is live, we'll be able to create predictions live on FOMO Hour. So I got y'all. And Raru, Tech Birulke. Oh, Raru's already there, dude. Holy fuck. That motherfucker's real. They're both there. Let's go. I love that. Oh, Sam knew he was from Turkey. He's got Besiktas on here. See?
Nice.
I know my people. I know my people. Not my people, but you get it. Tonight, Turkey's playing against Austria, and then Romania against TG's in Romania. If Romania goes out to Netherlands, which they will, oh my god, he better stay home tonight. Raru, Tech Birulk, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's up?
Yes, so. All right, Tech Birulk, is Turkey gonna win tonight?
I hope so.
You're playing Austria, bro. Turkey's strong
But
football team. Turkey's
Yeah.
strong football team. Wow, you're a Besiktas fan too. You're probably a crazy fan. Besiktas fans are wild. Let's go. All right, let's spin, lads. We got some punks, we got some ladies, and we got some red guys. Let's spin. Number one was Tech Birulke. Let's go. It's a red guy. Number 4172. Number 4172 worth $1,000. Congratulations, Tech Birulke. You win a red guy.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Raru, where are you from? I mean, you don't have to tell us.
I'm from Czech Republic.
Ooh, from Czech Republic. All right. The Euros are coming in force today. All right. Let's see what you get. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a nice one. Let's go. Nice red guy worth $1,400, Raru. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go. Who are we betting on tonight? The last two round of 16 matches, Austria, Turkey. Turkey's pretty strong, but Austria's been playing well.
Austria will win. I think Austria's good, man.
And Netherlands against Romania. Look, I love Romanian people, but
Netherlands always choke, man. They always choke. They lost one of their games, right? Who did they lose to?
They tied with us. Oh, they got wrecked from Austria, 3-2.
Yeah, I guess Austria are playing well though.
Austria are killing it.
Oh, it's tough. That one's tough, actually. That one's tough. England play the. If we beat Switzerland, we'll play the winner of those. You
can already go home. I called England quarterfinals.
Already?
Or before the Euro. So who
do you have to win by any chance?
France. What do you mean? Who'd have to win?
That?
Of course. I mean, look.
What are the live odds? Does Polymarket have that? Does it have?
Yeah, they do. It's one of the top 10. It's one of the top 10 markets right now. Look at this.
What's the Euros winners odds?
It's Spain.
It's
I see it though. Spain is fucking incredible.
Friday's wild, right? Spain plays Germany.
Yeah. Well, England second to win, bro. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm taking the no here any day, bro. England. I'm probably the biggest hater of the English football.
We've got to beat Switzerland and then either Netherlands or Austria, probably. So
what's crazy is you guys got the easiest. Yeah, dude.
Exactly, which is why we've got a much higher chance of winning, right? Our route to the final is really easy this time.
Look at this though.
Spain's is hard. Wow.
Look at this. Yeah. This is a payback. That France-Portugal, this is like a payback match for the Euro that we lost.
I want to see Portugal Spain in the next round. Like that will be wild here. Like it will be fucking insane.
It may kick off a war.
So
Honestly, it may kick off for me. By the way, I had no idea there was Portuguese people in Switzerland. Last night, the city of Zug was on fire after Portugal.
Wild. It's so weird. Like, you don't see Portuguese. Everyone goes to Portugal. You don't really see Portuguese people living abroad.
Only Montreal.
Apart from like London or like
Montreal.
It's not just like random in Switzerland.
Montreal is a massive diaspora.
The Portuguese, they don't mind if you speak English at them, French at them, German, anything. If you speak Spanish at them, they hate you. Like, if you go in there and say "Hola, buenos dias," they're like, "Right,
Get the fuck out of here." We'll see. Listen, it's Spain.
Americans that speak Spanish at them, oh, it's over.
With the American Spanish.
I think I did that when I visited back in 2010. So that might explain some of the reactions I got.
Yeah.
They go to "Hola, como estás?" Oh my god, you're done.
Take it easy.
Because they can even understand it. Like they'll get it because it is very similar. But yeah, they just really like. You can just walk up to someone who's Portuguese and speak English at them. They'll probably smile at you and be like, I don't speak English. If you start speaking Spanish at them, it's just over.
Oh my god, that's funny. I'm gonna go put my bets on and see what's going on. Anyways, with that, we'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's